times, eh? But that's kind of the idea. You don't want to get it right down in the center, but you don't want to get it up the nails won't go. Just like that. And do the same thing on the bottom. Got a single top plate and the 3 bottom plates. Starting early this morning. About to pour concrete in our pad right here. Of course, we've got our mags, our trowels, our shovels, and everything. So underneath all of these, underneath the metal bracings right here, we have a bunch of 2x4s, probably like 12, maybe even more, like 16 of them that are standing upright underneath there, supporting that metal floating frame right there.
So up to the red line, huh?
Yeah, can you see the red line?
I can see it on the, we didn't do it on the side, did we?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Here's the screen board right here.
Oh,
What's
right.
perfect. And you've got this calcium in there. So but no hot water. It will set up practice. Should I hop up and start, I guess, magging? Yeah. What I need to do. Grab a shovel. Because this is not floating anymore. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Point it up down to the screed. Okay.
You're gonna have to look.
It's right here.
Pretty low right around here.
Okay. Get your bull float set up. Where, Jason?
It's right here.
Let's see. I'm done.
Need some more.
Yep. Okay, get him rolling. Throw a shovel right there in front of my toe. camera on. Hopefully I'm getting...
What you got in the bucket, it's going to be close. I think we're going to be good.
Okay. Let's leave. Don, you want to finish this off? The rest of us will pour out. Way too much.
Go ahead and finish filling that up. Okay, only an hour in and we've already poured that pad and that pad too. Just magged that one down. It's gonna need some more work, some jointing and edging and stuff. On this one where we didn't have the power screed, we just cut a 2x12 that was a foot, or a 2x4, sorry. 2x4 that was about 12 feet long, that was a foot longer than this pad on either side. It's about an 11-foot pad. We had a 12-foot 2x4, and then we just basically put it flat along there and seesaw it all the way along back, flat along it. So now we need to bull float it.
Side over there.
A little bit.
Okay.
You guys are using that to screed the stairs? Did you screed them like long ways or sideways? Or did you just use the mags?
We just magged it.
We went
Just mag the stairs?
Magged it. Which basically did the screen.
Yeah,
I see. I'm taking a quick look before I get back to it. So we just snapped some string lines into the concrete using the bull float rod to use that thing, which will cut, do the jointing and edging, or at least the jointing. Looks good.
I have a feeling this is gonna be.
Trying to help make sure he goes straight on the lines. I don't think he needs our help too much though.
We're gonna have to tear this scaffolding down.
Oh really? To be able to do this concrete properly?
Because of that right there.
Oh shit.
Wait, because of what?
Did you find your... So we need to edge. Okay.
Get it all pushed out to the middle.
Right? Get that edge worked back in to where it's smooth. We want to take and scrape the top of our 2x off. Put it back in there. We might want to cut that. Get some of that out. That's what I mean by edging. Okay. Okay.
So you can see, just for your own reference, I've got these all under here. The concrete's all poured up there. Probably not the safest place to be under here, so I'm just making this quick. And you can see we've got a bunch of them all there. Concrete's starting to come down a little bit, drip down. No, looks good.
Those of you who were here saw the little bump right here. We pushed it back in. That's where we start when we start edging. At that time, I took the other edger. It's got a deeper cut to it, so it pushed the rocks down further. Now I can take this one, because this is the shape that I want, and it should follow. Oh yeah. Right? And give me the edge that I want. Nice, smooth. It's a little soupy. I like beef.
Good smoked salmon chowder.
My wife says, we're having soup for dinner tonight. I say, well, what are we going to eat?
Right, yeah.
Eat something.
Soup's not a main course, I agree. It's got to be a really thick stew to be any kind of course.
We call that pot roast. It helps to clean your forms off. But now we start putting that edge on, okay? We got to be careful, because a lot of times people work this so that they get it round like that. You see how that trowel's up in the edge?
Yeah.
Up in the air? That's called rolling the edge. We don't want to roll the edge. So as we do this, we want to apply pressure out here and get that edge rolled over nice and pretty. You have to pull a little cream out of the middle to build things back up. It's still a little wet to do this. We'll probably go over it with the edger one more time.
setup on that side too?
Yeah. It's a lot harder than
Yeah. Oh, it is, I think.
Well, they said it'll hold its shape. Getting close. We'll be walking on it by lunchtime. Not quite.
No problem.
probably about as far as I can reach on that.
I can go right to the right.
We have cut down or taken down the wall right there, the entry wall that was right there, because we're going to move it back 3 inches that way to make a wider entryway right there. So that's what they're doing right now. With these walls like this, they just frame the rough opening in for the window, leave it in the rough opening, and then they once the wall's up, then they actually framed in the seal plate and the crimples afterwards. Just working it on the wall made it easy. There's that access pipe. Plumbing, drain, bathroom right there. See the old line right there where the wall was. How close that is to the stair. So there's quite a bit more space. When you're talking that small, 3 inches makes a big difference. In order to tie in the wall where it's at, you can see that he's made a cut in the second top plate right there, so that we can run a top plate from right over there, and down there, and then another top plate will come out there to run into that. So this is how we're tying walls together that don't give us any other option. USB stapling them together, holding them together for sure strength. As you can see, we did it on this side too, behind Austin, but you can't see behind Austin. You can see how we tied this top plate back in. Just one single top plate tying this wall right here to this short wall. And did that to just fill in an open gap, so it's all level. You can also notice in the corner on this concrete pad that we put in like a little triangular piece to make it so it's, you know, something kind of like this. Put that in there, just like that. So that obviously you don't have a sharp edge right there. So that was a little trick. I don't know why we didn't do it in any of those. Could have done it on those back corners too, potentially. I don't know why we didn't. So it started raining probably like 3 hours after we started pouring. You can see we still got a little water at the top that we're just waiting to kind of work its way out and off. Started handling a little bit on us too before we can
cement tools.
do the final steps.
We're gonna need-
But
Probably need stuff to pull this
we had calcium added to the cement this time, which speeds up the curing time. On the garage we didn't have anything added, and it took forever. The basement we had calcium and hot water added, and that dried so fast that we were racing to catch it, and it was a race against time. But yeah, now we're just waiting for some of this water that fell to dry up a little bit before we trowel it and do some of the final processes to get the trowel it or maggot. We got to crawl it and then broom it is actually what we're gonna do. We want to have a little texture so it's not slick. Okay, we've now crawled it we've put the boards on there and got on and tried to get it as close to the edges as possible. That's a little rough right there. And as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Well, you still gotta trowel it still to get the rest of these lines out. Or actually, we're gonna broom it. That's right. To get these lines out, get that texture out. So the moisture in it's making it really tough to get it that smooth. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Those edges are looking nice too. Concrete has a 5 slump instead of a 4, which is interesting because I would have thought we'd want less slump for building stairs with it, but I guess not. I don't know. I'm not sure what the reason for that is. Have we put the calcium in?
Yeah, I don't know.
We need a little bit of water and a board to just tap this out with.
A little 2x4 and a bucket of water.
So, can you see your mistakes? These are brushing out.
Yeah.
But let's look right here. There's the edge of a trowel.
Yeah.
Right there, you can see some little swirls.
All right.
So next time you do it, that's what you're looking to cover up.
Yeah.
Okay. It happens.
That broom is specifically for this,
Yep.
I presume?
So this is where you see it the most, right? In that butt crack, right?
What about like all these little granulars? Does that just
There.
get swept off
Yep.
once it dries? Just using water over there to be able to tap the broom off in between. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to, the sun makes a big difference when it pops out.
Overlap the joint. Yeah. I'll go over that joint one more time. There's just some lines in there that still need to be brushed. Walk it away. Maybe if we bend it down this thing.
Alright, ready to push down on it?
Yeah. You were referring to that? Looking pretty good. Honeycombing, we had to use a wet sponge to try to get some of that filled in. You can see where he's done it over here a little bit. I think we're going to get a little cement to tap it in a little bit. Nicer.
Don't pull on it, don't yank on it. Just, I'm just trying to. Oh,
Can we pull it out?
pull your nail out.
The whole thing's going to come with a nail.
Careful. Just pull it back. There's one nail
Oh,
nail
they're
head
just-
popped
they're
off.
just-
So just bend it back. Bend it back. Hand me your hammer. Open it back up. Open it back up.
Man, I'm stuffed. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
A little bit of fill.
See how much smasher that ends up with. Get a little sponge bath. We're about 7 hours after we pour now. It's 2:30. We poured at 7, pretty close to 7. So yeah, 7 hours, 7.5 almost.